Welcome back to the Middle East. It seems like the Middle East is kind of your second home now.
Yeah, no, it just feels like coming back to the office.
And talk to me a little bit about this fight. I know you wanted Strickland. He wanted Strickland, and you guys end up getting matched up. Was he on your radar at all?
Not particularly, although once I saw the way and the fashion in which he beat Bo, I knew that he'd be making waves and some noise up the top. UFC knew I wanted to fight. Division was kind of tied up at the time, so in UFC fashion, they offered him the fight. He took it. I was happy to come back, happy to fight him, especially after what I saw with Bo. He looks like an interesting and exciting fight. So here we are.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like at this point in your career, there are certain timelines you want to fight, and whoever is ready to go, you're ready to fight them. I mean, you fought everybody at this point, right? But am I wrong in saying this?
Not at all. Like, UFC have always known I'm happy to fight anyone. It's just generally I like picking the timelines because I like spending some time with the family afterwards, you know.
Yeah. And how familiar were you in terms of de Ridder, like maybe pre-UFC? Because UFC, he's fought like 3 times so quickly, but were you aware of what he's done in one championship? And have you watched like his previous fights?
He was on the radar, and obviously since the fight got announced, I've been doing my research like anybody else. And anyone that has done the research can see that he is a well-accomplished fighter. He's been around the track many times, fought for titles, had titles in other divisions. It's going to be a hard fight. He's a veteran like myself, and I look forward to the test that comes Saturday.
And yeah, because for those who may have not followed his career prior, they'll see Bo Nickal and then they'll see Robert Whittaker, and they look at it as a massive step up in competition. Do you see it that way for him as well? I
think he's not necessarily. I think he's well, yes, to a degree, because I think I'm pretty good, but no, because he's had big fights. He's been under the lights. He's had title fights, 5-rounders before, so he's used to the things surrounding the fight. But he hasn't fought anyone like me, though.
Yeah, and speaking of 5 rounds, like you said, you know, he's fought them before, he's prepped for them before, but he hasn't actually gone the full distance since 2021. Do you see that being a key at all, like trying to drag him to the later rounds?
Have to wait and see.
And I spoke to him a few days ago, and he said pressure is his key to victory. How about yourself? What's your key to victory?
Landing my mitts, just getting my hands on him. That's the plan. I'm fast. My striking, I think, is better than his. And I just got to find the holes and openings to close the night.
How long do you expect him to stand with you, or do you feel like he's going to try to take it to the ground right away?
He'll try and take me down straight away. I envision. He's got striking. He's got good stand-up, but he understands where my strengths are. He understands where his strengths may lie, and I think he'll want to get it to the ground to utilize that.
Thanks.
Роберт, приветствую. Как здоровье? Насколько долго шла реабилитация после последнего боя? И, если не секрет, сколько стоило, да, вот зубы поставить новые?
How are you feeling? How's the health? How long did it take to rehab from the last fight? And if it's not a secret, how much did the teeth cost?
Yeah, I'm 100% recovery. And honestly, it wasn't too long afterwards because I just got them taken out. So got implants put in, just had to wait for them to settle. So if anything, they're better than they were before. And the price, you know, it was paid by Uncle Dana. So it's a work injury.
Я чувствую себя на все 100%, достаточно быстро восстановился. Насчет зубов ничего особого, просто те старые вытащили, новые поставили. А насчет цены, ну, цену сказать не могу, потому что дядя Дейна заплатил за это. Это было во время работы, и мне сломали зубы на работе, поэтому и работа починила.
Роберт, приветствую. Объясняли ли тебе UFC, почему ты так востребован в арабских странах? Это уже твой 3-й бой здесь. И вот есть ощущение, что, не знаю, может быть, кто-то из шейхов, ты являешься любимым бойцом кого-то из шейхов. Вот почему так, что тебя уже 3-й раз ставят в арабские карты?
Has UFC made it known why you're so demanded here in the Arabic countries? I mean, this is the 3rd time you're fighting in an Arabic country. Potentially, maybe you're a favorite of one of the sheikhs, or what's the reason for that? Did they say anything like that?
I think I'm just excited to fight, excited to watch. I don't know. I've made it known that I enjoy fighting here. Every time I come here, I try and put on a show. I've been fortunate enough to fight here, like 5 times now or so, maybe. And yeah, it's always been a good experience. Like I said, it feels like I'm coming back to a second home, and yeah, I enjoy it.
Наверное, просто потому, что я интересный боец, фееричный боец, и, может быть, я просто им нравлюсь, мой стиль им нравится. Но, в принципе, я достаточно часто говорю о том, что мне нравится драться в этих странах. Это, по-моему, уже 5-й раз, когда мне доводится здесь биться. Я надеюсь, что им просто интересно меня видеть. И для меня это как возвращение домой, можно сказать, потому что мне здесь нравится, поэтому, да.
Возвращаясь еще к бою с Хамзатом Чимаевым, ты после боя рассказал, что у тебя изначально были проблемы с челюстью, а вот если бы подобный прием Хамзат бы закрыл бы на челюсти какого-то другого бойца, сломался ли у него также челюсть, или это вот именно связано с твоими проблемами?
If we come back to the fight against Hamzat, you said it before that your problems with the teeth started way before the fight, so the reason why the jaw cracked was because it was on a badly hurt jaw before. What do you think if he locked the same type of move on somebody who didn't have those jaw problems like yourself? Would he crack that jaw as well?
It wasn't the jaw, it was the teeth that got moved. My jaw was fine. Honestly, though, I shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. You know, it's not a strong position to be in. But who knows? You know, maybe we'll find out in a few weeks.
Знаешь, проблема не с челюстью, а с самими зубами, да, челюсть была в порядке, это зубы, которые подвинулись, да, он сломал зубы, можно сказать, а не челюсть, поэтому челюсть, проблемы с ней не было. А насчет того, что бы было с другим бойцом, я не знаю, честно сказать, просто я не должен был быть в этой позиции изначально, в эту позицию попадать не стоило было, и тогда все бы было по-другому.
Очень интересно услышать твое мнение относительно боя Чимаева и Дрикуса Дюплесси, кому поднимут руки и кто будет чемпионом 84 после их боя.
Your opinion on the championship fight that's happening in August, Dricus versus Hamzat. What do you think is going to happen, and who do you think is going to get their hands raised in middleweight?
It's tricky. I think the favourite would have to be Dricus, just because, I think the favourite would have to be Dricus. The only things I can really say with any sort of certainty is that Chimaev will get Dricus to the mat. But if Chimaev doesn't finish Dricus there, I find it hard for him to win. I think the longer the fight goes, Dricus is more favourable. Chimaev has outstanding first-round finishes, but, every fight that's gone the distance has been close.
Мне кажется, что это достаточно сложно решить так прямо на ходу. Если бы я мог кому-то отдать предпочтение, то, наверное, отдавал бы Дрикусу. Наверняка у Чимаева будет возможность перевести его, но если он не сможет его сразу закончить там, то чем дольше будет проходить бой, тем больше я отдаю данное все-таки Дрикусу. Поэтому, мне кажется, у Чимаева очень много хороших первых финишей в первом раунде, но если у него это не получится сделать, то мне кажется, что все-таки на стороне бой Дрикуса.
И в заключение от меня, одна из твоих самых сложных побед была над Юэлем Ромеро. Сейчас 48 лет, его подписывают в Барнакл. Тебя вообще удивляет, что вот его организм может в 48 лет?
One of the hardest victories for you, maybe hardest battles for you was over Yoel Romero. Now at 48, he gets signed to bare knuckle. What do you think about the fact that at 48, he's still able to compete on such a level?
He's built different. That's it. He's just built different. He's a different animal.
Он просто сделан из совсем другого материала, он по-другому построен, он совершенно другое животное.
Роберт, hi. Единственный человек, который побеждал Reinier de Ridder за пределами UFC, это был Анатолий Малыхин, он делал это дважды. Брал ли ты этот бой во внимание, когда готовился к поединку?
There's a fighter called Anatoly Malikhin, who's the only fighter outside of the UFC who was able to finish or beat de Ridder twice. Have you studied that fight at all?
I have. Big guy.
Да, я рассматривал этот бой. Огромный чувак.
Thank you.
Hey, Robert. After Hamzat, you'll be fighting another grappler. Did you do anything different this time during the camp?
You know what? Honestly, it just compounded. There's a lot more wrestling. I think the biggest things was just taking away things that I wasn't happy with last fight and working on those during the camp as well. But also stylistically, de Ridder is very different to Chimaev. De Ridder coming in as a southpaw, being a tall fella, we brought some bodies in to try and emulate some of those sort of physicalities. So, yeah.
So there's a lot of tough contender in your weight class. If you win that fight, what's next for you?
Not too sure. I know a win opens the door for me, and the start of the pathway up starts with him.
Thank you.
Robert, salam alaikum. Welcome to Abu Dhabi. Tell me, please, if the fight goes to the ground,
Are you well prepared for the choke on submission attempt?
Yeah, I've been doing jiu-jitsu my entire career. You know, I'm pretty confident in my own jiu-jitsu. Obviously, I think my strengths, I think one of my strengths is the fact that I'm so well-rounded. I prefer striking over ground play, but if it goes there, I'm well prepared and adjusted for it.
Thank you.
Robert's right here. In a recent interview, de Ridder said that he thinks it's going to go to the ground, and he sees a submission towards the end. Do you think that style of fighting will cancel? You guys will cancel each other and end up being a 5-round, or a whole match of boring fight, like because you guys will go to the ground, or are you going to try to keep it on your feet?
If it goes to the ground, it's by no choice of my own.
so you'd rather go striking?
Yeah, I'm a striker. I'm a striker at heart. I like to strike it. Like my path to victory is just to land my mitts, like get my hands on him and try and close the show.
And sorry, I came in late. If somebody asks you about the injury, I'm going to ask again. Your teeth are okay? Everything is okay?
Mate, perfect. Better than before.
Better looking than before even. Thank you, sir.